Hey friends, and welcome back to Old Mill Homestead. So today I wanted to do a garden tour and a lot has changed. So let me just show you what we have and then we'll go over what's in the garden. Here is kind of an overview of what the garden looks like now, which it looks a lot different. Right here I have some cosmos planted. This is part of the garden that did not get re-tilled, so I'm not exactly positive what is what. So there's obviously more weeds, and again, that part did not get re-tilled. Here is where my tomatoes start, and we're about to, this weekend, add some wire so we can start kind of help trellising these up. But these are my delicious tomato varieties, and there's several. And again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I probably shouldn't have done 2 rows, but I did. And it is what it is. Here's where my beefsteak starts. So we have this whole section of delicious. And then my beefsteak start here and go all the way down. Looks like all of those have done really well. I had one extra delicious that I found after I had started, and another name that I can't say. It did not survive. Then my Cherokee purple start here. Looks like I lost 2, 3, but then the rest of them look pretty good. And that comes all the way down to my baby Romas. Start right here. These all the way down are baby Romas, and then my cosmos is at the bottom little section here. There. Then if you step across, I've got some Delilah planted in here. It doesn't appear that any of that has come up yet. Maybe that, I can't really tell. Anyways, here are all of my beans. So this section is pinto beans all the way down. And then here, I'm sorry. I have that, yes. Here are my pinto beans all the way down. And then this section is my kidney beans popping up here. Looks like I lost one there. Here are my black bean section all the way down here. And then my potatoes are in this section. This part did not get re-tilled, so we'll have to work on that manually later. Then we start here with Connecticut pumpkin, and I'll pop a picture up of what this is going to look like. It spans the whole roll. You can see they're fairly spread out. They're supposed to be 4 to 6 feet. And then this next row is kind of crooked. This just kind of happened when we did not put the plastic back up. This is blue pumpkin. And again, it spans the whole roll. It's a little crooked, that's fine. My garden is not going to be perfect. We've got another variety of pumpkin spanning this whole row here, and I need to, I don't know if you can see, but there's definitely some weeds down on that section I need to get out there and work on. Then here starts all bell pepper. Some of it has done good, some of it looks a little stunted. I did start these inside. Matter of fact, looks like something or some has eaten a lot of them. That's unfortunate. But these down here look better, so maybe we'll end up getting some after all. And then I've got my banana peppers started down there. The very end down there is where my jalapenos start. I don't have anything planted in this middle section yet. And then I've got some more jalapenos up here at the beginning right here. Some bell peppers are looking a little sad, and that's okay. It's my first year gardening, and it is what it is. So Here I have some marigolds planted. Again, this section, this whole row was already planted out, so when he came back to teal, it did not get a teal. So we've got marigolds. Cucumbers are starting to come up. We need to get some trellising up for them. Sunflowers are here. Had a bunch of big trucks drive by. Sunflowers. Here's my zucchini. Started out. And then we've got some marigolds that are supposed to be growing in this section, although that looks still like zucchini. And then here I had started some lettuce, and then we re-tilled a little bit of this section, so some of it got kind of caught in the teal. I think this is lettuce growing up, but I would not swear to that, so I'm not sure that will actually get any lettuce. And like I said, the rest of this section has not been planted. And here's the thing with that, it might not be planted. So this is our first garden. This is a huge garden. Anyways, I was trying to get a better angle where I'm not facing the sun. But so we have a huge garden, and it's, you know, my husband works a full-time job, and we volunteer for an agency here where we have a lot of friends and family who have been struggling with illness, not also including Gordy, who's our deaf-blind Chihuahua, and we're just taking it day by day with him, right? So my time is not going to be spent filming, it's going to be spent with my kid. So we are going to cut back to once a week. It's just going to be best for me and our family. I like to try to do some videos ahead, but that's just not been working with everything going on. So we're going to cut back to once a week. It'll be Monday at 10 o'clock. So the garden, I went out, wasn't this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, and it looked like a field again, with the exception of the tomato row, which is the first row, and the last row, which we had just done something with. And I told my husband then, I was like, you know what, we're just gonna give up. It's too much. It's beyond weeding, right? It's a field again. And so he called a friend of ours, and he came out and had that garden re-tilled, and actually tilled in a matter of 20 minutes. He brought his tractor and came out and helped us. And so I had some onions planted. I had him just go over those and knock them down because it was so overgrown with weeds. And so we may or may not have an onion harvest this year. Here's the thing, and here's where I hope that you get this. You do not have to be perfect in the garden. Your garden does not have to be perfect. You can have weeds in your garden. It can be a showpiece, or it can be a showpiece for you, or it can be a hobby, or it can be a habit, or it can be whatever. It does not have to be perfect. I have seen so many judgmental, hurtful people that have talked about other people's and my garden and my gardening skills. First off, a lot of us are brand new to gardening, including myself. I've never done a garden before. And I'm doing this for me. I'm bringing you all on the journey because I think that you'll find it interesting for someone who struggles with health problems and who has a lot of different things going on, that you can still do it. You can get out there. It doesn't have to be on this scale. Probably went a little big or go home, right, with us, but just get out there. And I've said from the beginning, I might get one pepper out of this garden, and I'll be tickled with that. It's a learning process. My garden, I don't have to go in debt to show people on YouTube a beautiful garden. It's a garden. God made it, right? I'm just adding a little seed to it to see if it'll grow something different besides grass. So be a little bit more, have a little bit more compassion, be a little bit more loving, right? And you're intimidating people, trying to intimidate people like me who were nervous to do it to begin with. Just go, friends, go out there and do it. It can be just a certain variety, like if you just want to do tomatoes, or if you just want to do cucumber, or just want to do corn, just want to grow some flowers, just go out there and do it. It can be way more manageable than what mine looks like, and way more manageable than what other people's look like. It does not matter. Just get out there and do it. My priorities are fine. They're right where they need to be. They're with my health, my four-legged fur baby's health, our friends and family's health. And I would love to have a big, beautiful garden, and to me that's exactly what it is. And that's really all that matters, is that I love it. It brings me peace, it brings me joy. And so I get out there every day and piddle in it. I don't get to spend as much time out there because we've got other things to do, and because I don't want to leave Gordy. A lot of these reasons are why we're cutting back to once a week, and for however long that is, I don't know. But again, it'll be every Monday at 10 o'clock. And I just want to encourage you, don't let people that don't have your vision and don't have your desires and your passions hold you back from doing things that you love. This garden is, I'm tickled pink every day that I go out and water or de-weed, or a lot of times I'll bring Gordy out with me and put a little shade up for him, and we'll just scoot along the garden and we'll de-weed, and it brings me some joy. And that's what my garden is for. That's what my garden is about. It's not probably ever going to be a Pinterest worthy, YouTube worthy, Instagram worthy, Facebook worthy, Snapchat worthy garden to many people, and that's fine. Yours doesn't have to be either. Just enjoy the process. Just enjoy it. Find something that you like and that will help you, and just do it. I put myself on this platform, and so that's fine. People are going to say things, and most of the time it's just people trying to get a reaction. It's just, and actually it doesn't even bother me that much really when they say things on my channel. It bothers me when they say things that you could interpret not as they're saying it to you, but that it relates to you, and it makes you not want to do it. So get out there if you want to do a garden. Plant on whatever level is comfortable for you. In-ground, raised beds, till, no till, compost, no compost, no compost. We have no brought in soil on this garden. This is all soil from our garden. We are in the process of starting a compost pile. We have one started. It's been going for about a month or so. We can use next year on the garden. But there's just so much information out there about contaminated soil and contaminated this, contaminated that. We had a budget, as we've spoke about this year, for our garden, and I was not going to surpass it. There is absolutely no point in going in debt to plant a garden so that you don't have to go to the grocery store and buy vegetables, like fruits and vegetables. The point is to save money, not to spend it. So we're doing what we can with what we have in the budget that we've set forth, so that we can then go out and enjoy our garden and not worry about having to pay a bill because we charged a bunch of stuff. So we still have the chicken coop to come. It's been crazy busy and we just haven't had time to do that. So we'll do a video about the chicken coop. The chickens are coming in the middle of June. So of course I'll do a video about picking them up and setting up the brooder and all of that situation. And then as the garden progresses, we'll do a garden tour when it looks a little bit more lush. I just wanted you to see the difference. And I'll insert a picture from the beginning after we got the first initial baby till, and then once our tiller broke, kind of what it looks like now. It's a huge transformation, and it's good to have good, wonderful friends in your life that can just say, yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and just drive their tractor down the road. And it took him probably, well, between coming and going, it took him longer to come here and leave here than it did to actually do what he did. And he just did it for us. He didn't charge, it wouldn't let us pay him, wouldn't let us pay him for gas. Just blessings are wonderful. And so I wanted to encourage you, just get out there and do what you can do. If you want a container garden and plant 2 or 3 containers, do it. If you want a huge 3-acre garden, go for it. If you want a greenhouse garden, go for it. High tunnel, go for it. In ground, do it. Just do whatever is convenient for you, and then make it work for you. No one else has to approve of it. It's just you. Don't feel intimidated. Get out there and do it. I have loved working in the garden and working with the goats. And I can't wait to get the chickens. It's been a little overwhelming because we've never done any of this before. I was telling my husband the other day, I was like, it feels like it's either the outside's handled and the inside is trash, or the inside's handled and the outside is trashed. So it's a learning process, learning curve. It's something that I'm having to kind of change my thinking on things, because I'm a very organized, tidy, I like things clean kind of person. And just to be honest, when you have this many fur kids, you have to be that way to an extent. You have to be okay with cleaning and doing that sort of thing. And so then you add the outside, and I like my outside to look tidy. And it just kind of is what it is. It's a learning process, but it's something that has been enjoyable, and we're just taking it day by day and moving forward. So I hope this gives you a little encouragement. First time ever garden. I'm tickled with it. That's 100% all that matters, is that my husband and I enjoy it, and that hopefully we're going to be able to bless some friends and family with it. So that is May 2023's garden tour, and we will see you in the next one, friends. Bye.